Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. Asim, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are great. Recently it's been different names coming out from these people about black people, black fatigue, black privilege, the N word, the work, and all that, all of it. So, as a this person coming out to tell you that they need to improve white culture, and I am asking, what white culture are you talking about? Because you all are just going crazy. It looks like some of them are trying to play the same card this Shiloh of a woman played and made some money online. So all of them are looking for a way to be grifters in order to exploit the system because they are also helping themselves. And a black woman also amplifying the woman's voice is just very silly. Now, let me tell you something. The fact that some people want to talk ill about black people but do not understand what is going on in black community tells you also that you do not also know yourself. Because coming out to stereotype your community just because you want to amplify other people's voices tells me how weak you are as a person. Because a weak person or somebody that understands his community will never for a day watch his dirty linen outside. Then I am saying dirty linen not because we have something really bad going on in our community, because I am going to stand here and tell you or sit here and tell you that what is going in my community also is going in other people's communities. So don't make it look like there is something different that is happening in my community that is not happening in every other person's community, right? Seeing a black woman come here to use the same stereotype white people use on black people tells me how weak you are as a human being. Let's get into.
If you think that children of illegal immigrants shouldn't be penalized for their parents' crimes, but think all white people need to accept blame and pay for what people did over 200 years ago, you might be a Democrat.
If your ancestors literally ate our ancestors, you might be a maggot. Her ancestors fed black babies to gators. They made lynchings family picnics. After Sunday service, they dangle our ancestors from trees as their children licked ice cream cones and smiled for photos. Praise the Lord. They are desensitized parasites who get off on suffering, and it's probably because her family tree is really a wreath. Her father is probably also her uncle. Soulless and completely devoid of empathy, it's a biological defect. She is her ancestors, the weakest females in existence. Marry, lie with, give birth to, and raise the most violent, degenerate predators in the world, just for her to be nothing more than a neck under their boots. That's all that she and her fellow females have ever been good at. Being doormats. Generally speaking, violence and crimes against humanity are their biggest accomplishments. It's their legacy and their culture. And we are watching it again today in these deportations and dehumanization. And let's be honest, these deportations are not violent enough for them. They brutalize people, destroy lives, take lives, then try to erase the evidence, banning books, burning books, rewriting history, pretending their hands aren't blood-soaked. But we see it, we remember, this isn't new.
Hey, to all you racist white people who are horny for a race war, gonna hold your dentures when I say this, okay? A race war is an automatic L. Because those of us who have common sense and a love for the original people of this land, black people, that is the side that we are choosing. People like myself are steadfast and committed to getting you out of here, by any means necessary. Keep fantasizing about a race war. What we'll end up getting is finally peace and heaven on earth. Let your mouth keep writing checks that your ass can't cash. You're gonna really learn who's superior.
What's so funny to me is in these comments on the videos that I've been posting is so much black camaraderie and black people sticking together, and then black people saying how white people are our enemy and they hate us, and girl, you're stupid because they hate you too, blah 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 blah. Let me tell you something. Black people are the biggest haters in the world. Black Americans are the biggest haters in the world. You cannot take a black American person somewhere that they've never been. You know how they say you can't take y'all nowhere. You know that saying, like, can't take y'all nowhere. That comes from something. So It's funny how on TikTok, Black American people are so into sticking together, but in the real world, you guys hate on each other like crazy. You guys hate on each other. You guys don't like any Black person that steps out of the norm and does anything different from what everybody does. You guys don't like it. You guys are so judgmental towards Black people who want to do their own thing and like move to the beat of their own drum and be their own way. You guys don't like it, first of all. Second of all, you guys are haters. Black Americans are haters, okay? Stop being in my comments blaming white people for things that never happened to you. Because you guys always have to blame the group of white people or the past, slavery, Jim Crow, all these things. But can you guys point out one white person that stopped you from achieving a goal that you had? Like, can you guys point out one white person that stopped you at the door and said, no, you can't work here, no, you can't live here, no, you can't be the no? Like, tell me one white person that stopped you from doing something with the proper credentials that you had, and they actually stopped you or got in your way of succeeding in life. No, because that's not true. It's not true. You guys want to call racism for anything that doesn't go your way, you call racism. Like, just because you want your way. Honestly, I feel like Black people are the most entitled and protected group of people in America. Black Americans are so entitled and protected in America that we don't even see it. And now that Trump's coming back around and he's removing like little things like DEI, you guys are having a hissy fit when you weren't even taking advantage of DEI in the first place. Okay, let's get into it. Black Americans are the most protected group in America, the most entitled group in America, and the most hateful group in America. Black Americans are haters. I'm sorry. If you take a Black American that has never been out the hood or has never been anywhere nice, if you take them to somewhere nice, I promise you they will have a big issue with the whole environment. They will complain. They will complain down to like the bottom of everything that's they don't like. I don't even eat this. What is it? I don't even eat stuff like this. I don't even eat stuff like this. What is this? Ew, that's nasty. You like that? You eat that? I don't eat that. So order something that you like. They're rude in here. No, I don't like it. They're rude in here. I feel like she's being rude to me. Oh, they must not like Black people. They must not like Black people. They must not like Black people. Maybe it's the way you're talking to them that's rude. Like, you don't know what you ordered, so you want to send it back because you thought something was going to be cooked and it came raw. When it says raw, it says smoked. If it's smoked, it's not going to be cooked. You need to know the difference between smoked fish and cooked fish. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. So it's like you, and then on top of that, if you bring, like, let's say you have an event going on or you have something that's for you and you're a Black girl, you want to bring your other Black girlfriends along so they can experience something that you got going on that's a little out of the normal, so you can take them out the hood, so you can take them to experience something new and nice. When I tell you, they will complain about everything. I don't want to be here. Why did you try to be here? I never said I wanted to go here. What kind of restaurant is this? No, we could have just went somewhere else. No, I don't like this. No, because y'all want to do this all the time. Y'all don't ask nobody what they want to do. Okay, it's my thing. It's my event. Why are you suggesting things when the itinerary was already planned? I'm telling you. Every time I've hung out with a group of diverse people, white, Black, Hispanic, you know, the nice Black people, I never had that issue. It was always like, oh yeah, oh, we're doing this? Oh great, yeah, never tried it. Sure, why not? Because life is short. Like, nobody wants to sit there and complain at everything that they're doing. Okay? And then not to mention calling racism every time something doesn't go your way. Just because somebody cannot do something or go out of their way for you does not make them racist. You're entitled as AF. Like, just because somebody does not go out of their way to please you does not mean they're racist. Most of the time, people that you want to please you are getting paid what, like $15-16 an hour, sometimes $2 or $3 an hour with tips, and you want them to go out of their way to make sure that your day is the best day ever. And if they don't, it's because they don't like Black people. No, that's not true. Number one, you're probably rude. Number two, they probably have better things to do. Number three, they probably have a whole lot of things to do, and it's not just about you. Like, you guys are in my comments talking about, white people don't like you, girl. Are you stupid? They only like you because you don't like other black people. And I never said I don't like other black people. I'm just tired. It's not even black fatigue. It's just ratchet ghetto. And I'm ghetto, okay? I could be ratchet, so I don't know if I'm so ratchet, but I could be, you know, I enjoy life with the best of them in a ghetto ratchet type of way, but in a fun way. I'm so tired of being around people who are just mean and evil and always want some type of issue. Like, you always want an issue, you always want to complain, you always want to have an attitude, and it's just so annoying. It's just like, get out of here. And it sucks because I'm one of those black people that's just happy to be here. Like, if I've never experienced something like this before, I'm happy to know what it is. Like, when I filmed for Catfish, I was just happy to be there. I wasn't about to complain about nothing. I was about to go with the flow, do whatever they told me to do, film the episode, and just be happy to be here. Like, and I know if you bring certain people around, they will complain like, this is the food they giving y'all. I don't even eat this. You should have told them to bring some of this. You should have told them to do this. People hate. They are haters. Black Americans are haters. If you do something that is not normal for them, or they feel like it's better than them, they will like try to make your life hell. This is coming from experience. Black American people will try to make your life hell if you do something that they're not used to, or they feel like they don't have the money to do, or you're trying to be better than them. They will give you hell because they are jealous. Black American people are haters. They're the biggest haters. And it's so funny how all y'all in my comments advocating for each other, saying that, yeah, black this, and black that, and black this, and you guys are all there for each other. You guys love each other. You guys advocate for each other. But in the real world, it's not like that. The pew-pewings, the unalivings, the robbings, beating each other up, selling substances in your community to harm each other, to keep each other down, to keep each other addicted to drugs, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you can say on here or what you can't. That's not love. That's not camaraderie. That's not kinship. That's not. And you guys always have these ideas like, oh, black people should have never sold their house. Black people should come together and create their own community. You guys are such good talkers when it comes to social media. But when it comes to real life, you guys do not care. You guys do not care what happens. You guys do not care what goes on in the black community. It's not even community. Like, you guys, it's just like, stop blaming white people for your troubles, because like I said, you cannot point out a single white individual that has ever stopped you from doing something that you wanted to do. It's always white people in general. Who? Which one? Who did it? It's always slavery, and that's the way it is. It's always been like that. Maybe we live in like a insecure mindset. Maybe black Americans are just insecure. Like, maybe we just have an insecure mindset that keeps us from progressing and doing things that we want to do, because we think people feel that way about us, and they really don't. And even if they do feel that way about it, they cannot physically stop you from doing what you want to do. It's like, you could live in a crib with 5 kids that you had to get money off the government for 10 freaking years, and your whole excuse as to why you never got up and got a daggone job was, white people don't want me to work there, and white people don't like us, and white people don't want this, and white people. How is it? Which one? Point to me the white person that don't want you to work. Point to me the white person that want to pay taxes so that you could feed your kids that you kept having, so that you could get money from their taxes. Like, point it out. You guys are in my comments with all of this mess. It's stupid. And you guys are just so extra. And that's why, as a black girl who wants to be in spaces that are diverse, people don't want me there because of people like you. So you guys are so mad at me for saying white people are not the problem. Guess what? White people are no longer the problem within the black community. It's no longer white people. You guys have to find a new group of people to blame for your problems. Because let's be real, all these videos that I watch and just conversations that I hear people having, stating that, oh, life wouldn't be this way because white people took everything from us. White people did this. White people burned down this. White people did this to us. Okay, it's 2025. You have migrants that come to this country for 10 years and they own a home. How is that like still the problem? And then You got, like, it's a constant blaming of slavery on white people, and then you guys want to come at me crazy like, oh, she want to be white. I don't want to be white, baby. These are some bundles that I had in my house, so I got them sewn in. That's not because I want to be white. It's because I like ombre bundles. First of all. Second of all, it should be a crime to have 5 children with the intent to gain income from the government. It is premeditated child abuse. That's not white. There's no way that that's a white person's fault or slavery's fault. If anything, you're creating your children to be slaves to you, because you guys are not planning for them to go to school. You guys are not making sure they do their homework. You guys are not making sure that they get a job when they turn 16. You guys are not making sure that they have a college fund, or if not a college fund, some way to get scholarships, some way to get funding to go to school. Y'all not doing any of that. They turn 18 and you kick them out. A lot of the Black American mothers start having fights with their daughter around 16 and a half, 17 years old. And then you wonder why you and your mom don't get along, because she plans on kicking you out. Because once you're 18 and you're in her house, she sees you as female competition, meaning that any man she brings around is going to want you instead of her. So you got to get out of her house so that she could live her glory days. No. When are Black American people going to stop blaming everybody else for their problems and say, it's that woman's fault. It's your mama's fault. Blame your mama. And I'm not saying it's only Black people, and I'm not saying that Black people only have kids for government benefit. No, because there's a lot of Black people from different countries. There's a lot of Black people from this country that make sure that they are setting up their lives to have a child and, live life the way you're supposed to live it. Making sure they go to school, making sure they have a job, making sure they have income, teaching them how to open up a bank account. Simple things like that. One thing you guys don't understand is it should be a crime. It is premeditated child abuse. They are birthing a child for the intent to use them for extra little $250 a month. If you can't take care of one child of what the government gives you, why have another one? And then another one? And then 5? 5? Because you want a bigger government apartment? Because you want more government funding? So what, you pay $50 a rent for a 4-bedroom government apartment, $50 a month in rent for a 4-bedroom government apartment, and then you receive $1,000 a month in cash benefits? That's crazy. Like, y'all gotta be, you can't tell me that. That is the problem with the Black American community, with the Black community. That is the problem. Because not only are you producing 5 children for it's a scam. Y'all act like childbirth is always beautiful. No, it is a scam. It's a scam. You are having children with the intent to scam the government. It's a scam. It's a scam. And that's all it is a scam. It's a scam. It's a childbirth scam. And it's the one thing, the one thing that is like the main issue, and then all the other issues piggyback off that issue. Because if you're having children, you're not teaching them how to open up bank accounts. You're not teaching them to get a job. You're not teaching them to do well in school. You're not teaching them to be morally correct human beings. They turn to a life of crime because at 18 years old, they don't know what to do. Oh, my mama just threw me out. Me and her been fighting, so she threw me out because I'm disobedient. It's not because you're disobedient. It's because the government don't give her money for you after 18. And now Trump talk about after 7, they cutting off child the benefits that the government give you for your children after 7. Why? And I hope this don't happen, but watch how many kids end up in foster care. Watch how many young kids end up in foster care. Because, I'm going to have this baby till they turn 7 years old. I'm going to put them in foster care. You know how many children would be better off and I'm not saying that foster care is a better place than a home, but in some situations that are so just disgusting things that parents do and allow the abuse, the SA to happen to their kids in their household for the benefit of keeping a man happy rather than keeping their kids safe. You know how many kids will be better off in foster care because they grow up in filthy homes with bugs and all this other stuff crawling around them. Cat pee on their clothes. Bro, I've seen some crazy things in my life, especially working in healthcare. I see some crazy things in a hospital. Okay, let me tell you guys something. You guys can blame white people for the rest of your life. You could tell me that I want to be white all you want. I do not want to be white. I enjoy being Black. I want to see more people that look like me doing the right thing. I want to see more people that look like me being morally correct, so I don't have to second guess whether I can have a conversation with somebody that has my skin color. I'm not prejudiced in the least bit, but I hate second guessing the fact, can I have a conversation with this person? Will they hate me because of my views? Will they try to fight me? I had people that try to jump me because I was making a valid point, because they don't get it through their heads. They think it's cool. That's what we all do. Oh, if you don't like it, you shouldn't be around us then. Or if you don't like it, then maybe you should move to another state. You don't like it, you should do this. They always want you to displace yourself because what they doing is wrong. And then you wonder why there's so many people, drug dealers hugging the block, all these type of people. You wonder why all these type of people is around you. If a child turns 18 and they don't have nowhere to go, and people in the streets is letting them know, like, listen, you can make $300 a day if you stand on this corner and sell stuff to people who look just like you. What they're going to do, they're going to become trick dealers. They're going to break into people's houses. They're going to steal cars. They're going to burglarize things. They're going to do anything they can to survive because they don't know no better. Some of them are smart enough. They have people in their life to teach them, yo, you could get a job. You could do this. You could use this system. You could use this funding agency to go to school, whatever. Everybody don't know that. 5 kids in a household and someone who has never had a job is crazy. And y'all know it's crazy. And I think it should be charged as premeditated child abuse, because you are not having those kids because you love kids, because you don't like them. Look at the way you treat them. Look at the way you spank them. Look at the way you yell at them. Look at the way you talk, the butthole lips. Oh, no, you better put that. No. You don't even talk to them with kindness. You don't even treat them with love. Y'all don't even make sure they have good food. All y'all do is buy snacks and keep them in your fridge. Cereal and milk, ramen noodles, candy, gushers, fruit roll-ups. Come on now. So y'all mad at me for telling the truth? Oh, white people are on food stamps too. But it's not about who's on food stamps. It's about, why are you having kids for benefits? You don't see nothing wrong with that? It's not wrong with producing children. People, these are lives. They don't just stay as babies. They grow up. They recognize what you do. They hate themselves. They hate you. And you wonder why black men don't want to date black women. Because look at where he came from. Those black men that don't date black women did not come from a good household. They came from a woman who sat there and pushed out baby after baby after baby, from man after man after man, so that they could get benefits from the government and use those kids for a house and use them for basically a source of income. It is a scam. That is a whole nother level of child abuse. You are birthing a human being to use them for money. That's not child abuse. The whole intent is to birth them, raise them till they're 18 and throw them to the streets. That's not abuse. That is premeditated child abuse. And then once they 18, it's just like, whatever. And then you wonder why those black men, the black men who sit there on those podcasts, and the black men who say, I would never date a black woman, that's why. Because they think all black women is like that. They never experienced a sound and safe home. Like, do you not understand that these people are, bro, you are creating a life that has a destiny, that has a walk with God, that has a journey. For $250 in food stamps, for $100 something in cash? Really? It's worth $1,000 a month, creating 5 lives that you have nowhere to guide them. You can't teach them nothing except for how to have 5 more. You know how many mothers tell their daughters to have a baby so they could go into the housing system? That's the way of life you want your child to live? You don't want them to live better than you? They grew up resenting those children. And then those mothers hate their children. They resent their children. They don't love them unless you're the special one that can find a way to make some income outside of the system. White people don't put you into that. You don't have to have 5 kids. You can have 1 and figure it out. After that one, there's birth control. So I'm not trying to say children are mistakes. I'm saying there's birth control. There is protection. There are ways to protect yourself from having a numerous amount of kids. So I ain't trying to hear none of that. But it's what it is, y'all. I'm going to say what I'm going to say every time. White people is not the problem. Slavery happened. But we in 2025 now, and all we doing is diminishing each other's value as people. But whatever, y'all. Y'all can say I want to be white.
White people are obsessed with black people. 2 things. Number 1, the demographic that is the most afraid of the specific demographic that I'm talking about, they're the only demographic that will go up to the danger because they hate it so bad. Does that even make sense to you? Second thing, the demographic that wants the most attention is the most afraid to be seen. Meaning, when a white person is driving and they notice a black person is across from them and they are afraid to make a turn, left or right, they are afraid that the black person is perceiving them and sees them as an idiot, which 9 times out of 10 they are. But at the end of the day, it always rings true. White people are absolutely obsessed with black people. Hey, to all you racist white people who are horny for a race war, gonna hold your dentures when I say this, okay? A race war is an automatic L. Because those of us who have common sense and a love for the original people of this land, black people, that is the side that we are choosing. People like myself are steadfast and committed to getting you out of here, by any means necessary. Keep fantasizing about a race war. What we'll end up getting is finally peace and heaven on earth. Let your mouth keep writing checks that your ass can't cash. You're gonna really learn who's superior.
While she was talking at some point, she said black people, and then she said we. When she said we, I don't know if she meant French or she meant we as black people. It means all the rubbish she has talked with her mouth. So she is at the same time included. That says a lot. Now, let me, some people are so quick to come out here to talk about black people. Someone, I think she has a Jamaican, right? Descendant. I don't know. I know she's Jamaican and American. But whatever she is, the only thing I see is a black woman being silly and stupid on the internet because she has a light skin or a white partner. That is none of my business. I don't care where your partner is. You see, that moment you start talking evil or talking bad about your community, that is where the problem started. You heard the woman talking about how they need to improve and increase black culture. And I am asking, what culture exactly is the white culture? What culture? And this silly human being that called herself a black woman actually came out to amplify her voice. Sorry, I am not I remember bringing one of her videos here and I said I will never ever be hard on her because being hard on her is at the same time be hard on myself or trying to be hard on my people. Why? Because she's a black woman. But I am going to single her out a little bit. Now, she talked about how when black people are not included when it comes to DEI and all that they start making trouble. What kind of trouble are you talking about? That is to tell you that you do not even know the culture, or sorry, not culture. You do not even know black people, and the people that you said you are on their side, you also do not know that they are the most benefited. They benefit more from DEI and other things than black people. And you think it's black people that it benefits? You must really be going wild because you don't even know your history. You said slavery happened then. That is to tell you how silly you are. So you still do not understand that slavery is still evolved, like it's still happening to this very moment. Yeah, I understand that slavery happened back then, and what of if black people are not talking about slavery, so what are they supposed to talk about? Because that is what impacted their life. How do you let somebody forget about her history or his history just because they want to make other people happy? You are moving wild, sis. You are moving wild. Sometimes I am not trying to fat shame anybody or age shame somebody, but there are some people you see and you think they will have a little tiny brain, but man, no, they do not have anything. Why? Because they do not want to have brain. I saw some of her videos where she said that black people are trying to body shame you. Body shame you as how? Black people how can a black person body shame you? Like body shaming you is also body shaming myself. Or trying to tell you some certain things is also, but then I am singling you out because your brain ain't working properly. You are not even smart as big as you are. Sorry again, but not sorry that I am calling you big. Yes. At a particular age, I expect people to know better, but it looks like some people do not know anything with age. Age doesn't even make them understand some certain things, or age doesn't even make them smart. Yes. I don't care who your partner is. But now let me tell everybody that is married to a white partner or something. You see that moment you are married to whoever you are married to that is not a black person, and you start deviating from your community, start calling your community out, start saying some shitty things about your community. You are actually gone. You are not on the track. You are out of track. I want you to know that. That moment you have a white partner, and a lot of black people are doing it. A lot of black people doing it. Now let me tell you something. I don't care how you see this, but you see that moment you have a white partner and you start saying ill about your community, that is the end of you, because you are not also being seen as a better person. The way he treats other people is also the same way he would treat you at some point. Don't think you will be singled out. You will never be singled out. Man, I really don't have a lot to tell you people or tell you in particular, but all I can say is that you really need to get a book, read a book, and appreciate the people that gave you that opportunity to be where you are at this point in time. You say you could be Russian, you could be ghetto and all that. That tells you how mad you are. Yes, because I really do not know who made it look like black people when they come to Russia and ghetto. It is only black people that you all know. For coming out on this internet to say silly things like this, you must be moving wild. I am not saying there is something with being ghetto, but when people start, I don't know, I think it is a stereotype. But when you try to confirm the stereotype on black people, you are not okay. I am going to draw the curtain here, but I hope you have your awakening. Bye for now.